Switch statement example application program. Write a C program to determine whether an entered character is a vowel or not. By using switch statement, let us implement this. I will begin with the header file followed by main function. Here we have to check whether the user entered the character is a vowel or not. As we know, A-E-I-O-U stands as the English vowels. I will use a CH as one of the variable to store the user entered the character. I will be asking for the user to enter the character. And I will store it in the variable CH by using the corresponding scanf statement. I will use the switch statement with passing CH as an argument to that, and I will write the separate cases which will match to the variables, which will match to the characters A-E-I-O-U. So I will need to match with the different cases. Those cases are nothing but can be character or can be number or can be any expression. Here I will be using the character. And I will need, after this I will be writing as printf %c is a vowel, and I will be printing that character which I have used. After that I will be using break, and later I will be using the default statement which will say it as printf %c is not a vowel, it is a consonant. Here I have not used break in between each of the cases just to skip writing this printf statement each time. Here will match to this A-E-I-O-U. Any of this, the corresponding after matching to any of the case, the statement which is next to that, that is, this statement is going to execute. This is how, rather than writing break, I have skipped these writing printf statement each time. And here break is must, because after printing any character as a vowel, it need to come out of the entire program. If we execute this, enter a character, it is asking for the user to enter a character. I have entered K and it printed it as a vowel. If I print G, it should display it as not a vowel. This is how we can check whether the user entered character is a vowel or consonant by using the switch statement. As a summary, we have discussed different decision-making statements in this particular sessions, like if else, or else if ladder, we also call it as, and nested if, and finally as a switch statement. To summarize the different syntaxes, with the if statement, we have written only the true condition. If it is condition is true, this block is going to execute. If the condition with the if and else decision making statement, two blocks are written. One is true block and one more as a false block. And else if ladder, here we are checking with the if condition. If condition is true, true block will be executed. Otherwise, else if, like this, the other condition will be checked, and finally we are writing the else part. The nested if, as the name indicates, inside the if statement we are writing one more if else statement, nesting of this if statement. And once again inside the else we will be writing if and else. It is not mandatory that we have to write if and else. We can just write the simple if also inside this if statement. So As a working, if condition first is matched, then if and else which is present outside this if block is going to execute it. If this condition is evaluated false, this entire block is skipped, then else part only is going to execute it. And finally, we looked at a switch statement where the expression is passed as an argument. For the given expression, it is going to match with the different cases that is written, and if the case is matched, then the control will completely come out of the switch statement since we have used the break statement. And there is a one special default statement. If the expression does not match to any of the cases, then default case will be matched. This is all different decision making statements.